It's time for What Drives Reno, presented by the National Automobile Museum in downtown Reno. Here's your host, Phil MacDougall.
Welcome, Reno. This is Phil MacDougall, your host, and you're on What Drives Reno, and this is presented by the National Automobile Museum. Again, we have a great lineup for you here today. Our first two guests are coming straight from the great. I added a few greats.
Two greats are good.
Two greats. The Reno Balloon Race. Did I say that right?
Yes.
I threw a couple extra greats, but it is great.
I'm going to change my slogan for that now.
The great. So I get some kind of royalty off of that, I'm sure. So we have Pete Copeland and also Melissa Ung, and Peter's the executive director of the great Reno Balloon Race, and Melissa is the event coordinator. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having us.
I want to do something different. I just thought it would be kind of cool if we kind of had a little bit more of a background music as we kind of transition to this.
I love it. I like it.
So
hey, there's my karaoke.
Guess what we're talking about?
We are. And now you have 2 seconds left before we have to pay for it.
Oh, okay, done. Stop.
There you go.
I didn't know that part. My attempt for humor.
It worked.
But
It
great
worked.
intro. So, Pete, Melissa, thank you for coming to the show. This is all about you. I want to know what you guys are doing. Talk about, it's a big anniversary this year, but before you go, you both got to tell me what your first car was and if there's a story behind it. Who wants to go first?
Fire, Melissa.
Well, my story is not.
Put a little background music in there.
My story is not too exciting. I think my first car was a 2009 silver Toyota Matrix. And I was just taking wherever I could because I was really excited to drive.
Most people just want to get out. Pete, I can guarantee you have I think you shared with me once when we talked. What was it?
Well, my first car was a 78 Datsun surfer truck because I grew up in Southern California, so that was the rage, right?
You didn't say dude once, ever since I met you.
Dude.
Never said dude. You
right.
got it.
I got out of the dude and bitching. That was the other word.
There we go. Comes back quickly.
So I've gotten away from all that. So now I'm, yes, sir, it's a Datsun from 1978. But yeah, I was a total surfer dude. OPs and the Datsun truck.
Talk about the great Reno Balloon Race. Before I do that, though, I just got to call out someone who has been an enormous support for us, the National Automobile Museum. Her name is Sue Ruley. So she is going, did you just say my name? Yes, Sue. Thank you so much for everything you do. She is coordinating all of the guest appearances. She does so much more. So before we get into it, Sue Ruley, thank you for everything you do at the museum. We're very, very grateful.
You rock, Sue.
There we go. All right, so tell me, for people who aren't familiar, which I can't believe, how would you describe this event?
Well, it's the 45th year, as you mentioned, of the great Reno Balloon Race. We're so proud of that accomplishment. It's the world's largest free hot air ballooning event. There is no gate. You could walk in for free, grab the best seat in the house, and enjoy an amazing event that most places charge for. But if you haven't been to the Great Reno Balloon Race, this is the time to go. And this year, of course, with our 45th anniversary, we're going to be adding a fourth day to enjoy the festivities.
Wow, that's big news.
That's big news. I love that reaction.
Yeah.
Like, this is really good. You can't buy that.
Sound effects? We got to have some
they're in my head.
In your head. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
That is.
I would say fireworks, but that's not always good with balloons.
Seriously, that is a big step.
It is a big step, and it is a big deal, and it's been a long time in the making. I've been director of the Great Reno Balloon Race now, or excuse me, Great Reno Balloon Race now.
We have it on tape that he said I get royalties for that.
He did, yeah, he did.
But so one of the things that we've always talked about is we have this media event that takes place on Thursday, and it's a great venue, and I know the media love it. They love coming out and flying. I've got good news for you too then. But we've always felt like, wow, why don't we have people out here to enjoy it? Why couldn't we do the things like we do on Friday with Dawn Patrol and the Glow Show? And so we've kind of evolved to this, and then we just thought this was the perfect timing to do it. Lucky for us is we're actually going to be still flying media on Thursday, but now they're going to be flying in the full-on event, which I think is going to give them a much better experience with 30,000 people on the field than with 3,000. So good stuff. So that's the big thing for this year is Thursday is now a full-on event day. We'll have 4 full days of Dawn Patrol, the Glow Show, and Mass Ascension.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And for those people who haven't been there before, can you describe it? Because I literally heard about it, but only about 3 years ago when I met you did I first get a chance to go to it. It blew me away. It was so much more than I ever could have imagined. You got to get there really just to experience all the different elements. But for those who aren't there, how many balloons, how many people, what are the kind of highlights you want people to know about?
Well, I think the experience, like you mentioned, like there's no, I don't know how to describe it because it starts in the middle of the night. It would be like starting out at Disneyland in pitch black and going through the morning and through the light, or the opposite, starting there in the daytime and then going into the night. Because we have really two venues. We have a nighttime venue with the Glow Show and the Dawn Patrol, and then we have this beautiful sunrise venue with the Mass Ascension. And it's just like you sit there and go, did I just experience what I think I experienced? So
That's
I think
a perfect way to explain it.
Yeah.
Most people can do that visual. They walk into Disney and the first look, imagine all the lights off, and then they start coming on and comes alive.
Yeah. It takes on a whole life of itself. And so I think that's really the epitome of the balloon race is every day is different. You know it's going to be the same, but it's different. We fly differently every day. It takes on its own life and its own personality. And so it makes it a lot of fun.
And I'm going to touch base just on the economic part at some point here, because all those people coming in for hotel stays, it's a huge economic driver for the community, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you
absolutely.
contribute significantly.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only just an economic drive, but it's the identity of Reno, right? It's this beautiful, like when you think of balloons, like the psychology of the mind is that's such a positive connotation. Balloons are right there with puppies and flowers and everything else, right? So the positive connotation the community gets at it. And then the other thing I think we're really most proud of, and we've been doing a lot of, is we use our platform for so many nonprofits to talk about their cause. Like we get almost as many nonprofit for free as we possibly can. Mm-hmm. So we are such a multi-tier venue in the way we help the community, economic driver, nonprofit, helping nonprofits, and then just putting on an amazing, beautiful show that's free.
It's world known. Everyone knows about the balloon.
Oh, absolutely.
race.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Is it one of the biggest, or close to it? How do you measure the scope? By number of people, by number of balloons, or?
Well, we don't measure against other events. They measure against us.
I love that.
And that's really the epitome.
Perfect.
We are the market leader when it comes to events. Albuquerque uses the ideas that we implement here. So when we think bigger is better, we kind of less is more in our world. We're bigger in many ways.
Quality.
But one of the things that I always go back to, and I'll just share a quick story, is I remember reading the Weather Channel does a travel guide every month. And I remember a few years ago, the Weather Channel, they published their travel guide for the month of September. And the first thing on there was the Maldives. And I thought, wow, that's great. Maldives are beautiful. Second thing was Machu Picchu. Ooh. Oh, my God. The third thing on there was the Great Reno Balloon Race. And I was just shocked that maybe sometimes we're so close to the trees, we don't see the forest, that we don't understand the perspectives that this thing has world renown in the ballooning industry and the travel industry. It is considered one of the elite and premier events in the world.
Yeah, well, you guys made it that way. You did such a great job. I love it personally when the balloons are starting to get ready and you see the excitement. I'm coming to work a couple of days before, or whatever, and you see them all going up over the hills. It's just beautiful. And the experience, it's hard to describe. I think you did a great job on your Disneyland example there. But to watch them all come alive. And what do you call it when they all do the music in the beginning?
The glows.
The
twinkles.
That is so cool.
Yeah. And these are the best pilots in the world. Like, this is probably the best Dawn Patrol flight in the world. Like, our Dawn Patrol pilots will tell you that they would come here for nothing if they could, just because this is the best flying in the world for Dawn Patrol. Albuquerque, they get up into the air, and they're gone. It's all about seeing 100 balloons at one time go. But for here, I used intimate and whimsical are the two words that I think about this event. Mm-hmm. It's intimate. You can get up close and personal to it, and it's just so whimsical. It's not this. It doesn't look like the Rose Bowl, or it doesn't yet. There's a lot of people out there, but it's just an amazing experience.
I was surprised how close you could get, intimate you could get. I was really shocked. When I first came around, you see all the vendors you put together, all the merchandise, the food. I mean, and again, National Automobile Museum, we're a nonprofit. We love the partnership. It's great. We love being there, and we bring a couple of our cars, and it's been a great experience for us. But it's so cool to watch all the people just sitting there on their blankets and enjoying this atmosphere. For people, like, what do you need? Is there anything you need help with for people who are listening? Is there a certain thing that's important to you want to get across?
Well, I think a couple things. And first and foremost, you mentioned the partnership. This is about a win-win, and this is what we find in the community in these partnerships. The fact that the fans that may not get a chance to get to the Automobile Museum can actually come out and be reminded of the Automobile Museum.
Say that
3 times.
Say that 3 times.
I can say the great Reno Balloon.
Yeah, I know. But
where's my cocktail?
Yeah.
But no, there are so many good things about these branding and co-branding relationships that are so mutual beneficial. And, what's good for our community is good for us. And this community's been very good to us, and they've supported this event like no other event. And, we feel honored and to be able to manage and run it for this community and grow it, make sure it's stable and it's going to be here for a long time. So we're really lucky in those terms right there. Your other question about how can you guys help? The one thing that I think we try to strive to our fans is make sure you do a little homework before you come out. Go to the website, learn about where parking is, because I think that's the biggest frustration we have. The park wasn't built for this. Like Disneyland was built for 50,000 people. We weren't. So be patient. Look at the plan ahead of time. And I'm telling you, we have a lot of resources out there. I've got layers of resources that can help people get into the park comfortably, and it's quick. Give us 15 minutes. We're going to get you guys in.
Where should they go to get that kind of information?
RenoBalloon.com is the best place to go.
And yeah, merchandise. What are some of the other things for people just, before we wrap up, you want to make sure we talk about? Merchandise, events, partnerships.
We do have a lot of different opportunities to get involved with the event, from things like balloon rides, which can be pre-purchased ahead of time with Balloon Nevada. Those have about 12 to 16 passengers that go up every day. Very smooth experience. There's also Cloud 9, which is our VIP tent. We also have a corporate VIP tent that's new this year, which is a tent for a private cabana for 40 guests, and then you get to have it catered, lots of food, and enjoy the balloons. Yes, that's new this year. And then obviously we have a merchandise tent. People can buy merchandise during the event, and we're also going to have an online store opportunity with other exclusive merchandise.
Point of clarity, how many people did you say that experienced? 12 to something?
So with Balloon Nevada, they can fit about 12 to 16 people in a balloon.
Now clarify, MacDougalls?
Yes.
You can get 12 MacDougalls in a balloon?
Yes. They're large baskets.
When they look at you and start doing calculations, you're in trouble.
Seven.
Are you kidding me? He's sexy and slim. You sexy beast.
There's our new intro.
I love it. Let's do it. We're doing it. We're stealing it.
Put some music to that. Now, so what else do you want to convey here in the last couple of minutes? What's important to you? Do you need volunteers? I just want to emphasize one thing that you said really quickly, but you have all that merchandise and ventures, all the excitement, and the words you just used, I can't remember, but they're really cool. But it's free.
Yeah, it's free.
What can you do in this town? I can't even go to McDonald's without spending like $40 for my grandkids to get a couple of Happy Meals. You're walking in the door and you're getting that experience for free. And all those resources, and I'm glad you said that, because I didn't do my homework up front. And then I knew, I called you, I got to go to the website, and I understand if you want to go, you need to do the time and go figure out what the best place to park and where to go, because all those resources are there. You just got to look into it.
Well, again, look at the work you'll go to an amusement park. You're going to have to go fight it all, and this is far less than that for a free experience that is far more unique. Like, you can go to Disneyland 365 a year. You can go to this 4 days a year. So there's a lot of reasons why to get up and go. And it's funny, I usually don't have to push the fan to go get up and early and go, because I think that is part of the experience. But to your point, you could bring in your own coffee, parking around the park. You don't even necessarily go into our general parking, and sit on the 50-yard line for not spending a penny. And we like that option for our fans, and it's going to be there forever.
So get the kids off the Xbox and the Switches and all off the TV. Get the clicker.
It's the dad you need to get up early. The kids are easy. It's the dad getting up early.
And to be fair, you're going to have to pull the Xbox out of Dad's hand too. So.
No, but it's true. It's a good family experience. It's bonding, camaraderie there. Everyone is there. Are there any other particular new events or new experiences and new sponsorship opportunities that you want to make sure they understand?
Well, there's tons of those, and then you're just going to have to come out to the park and to the event and find out what they really are at this point. We've set it up perfectly. We've got 4 days, great merch, great, beautiful balloons, new special shapes, new balloons like never before, new things happening out there. The RC balloons will be back this year. Those are cool. Smaller balloons. Yeah. Go to the website. You'll see all the great accolades and things that are coming your way for this year's event. Right, Mel?
Yes. And friendship bracelets.
Friendship bracelets.
You had me a friendship bracelet.
It's funny because you gave me one. Is that what they're called?
Yes.
You gave me, and I saw them around everywhere. My grandkids wanted them all the time. They love them. They're perfect.
We, I know we're trying to get going, but one of the things that we really are proud of at the balloon races is the fact that the cards, the trading cards that the kids can get from the pilots. That's at intimate touch, that up close and personal. With that, the friendship bracelets have been such a popular thing that our sponsors are loving it. So we want to have one bracelet for every child that attends the event.
Oh, that's
thousands upon thousands of bracelets.
But the cars, I forgot about that. You're doing it again this year.
Yes.
That's a highlight.
You
All
even
the
get your
kids-
own trading cards, Phil.
Yes, I get one of me. I haven't submitted my headshot yet.
Well,
Can't
you
be
know
one
what?
of you.
Don't be careful. We're going to get one for you and the car.
And the car, yeah. That'll get you. Your population would go down dramatically.
You want to know how popular that card will be? Oh my goodness! Melissa has her own trading card.
I do have my own
All
trading
right.
card. I give
there is
out
such a
all
thing.
1,500 of them.
That is cool. That is great. Well, I'm very grateful to have you guys on the show.
Thank you so much.
If there's
Appreciate
anything
it.
else, the website again or the Facebook? Where do they go?
RenoBalloon.com. All the information's there. You can get a hold of us there if you have any questions about any of the services and events and stuff.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Great. Melissa, Pete, thank you very much. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more What Drives Reno on 1060 AM KFOY, Radio for America.
I'm having my birthday at the National Automobile Museum. They have this cool birthday zone with Mater and Lightning McQueen. And their brand new Children's Activity Center has fun games like Junior Engineering Studio, Lego Building, an interactive car wash, and a lot more too. They even have a theater where we can watch a movie or play Mario Kart. I even get my own birthday t-shirt.
Book your child's ultimate birthday party today at the National Automobile Museum. Visit automuseum.org/events.
Looking for a venue for your next event? The National Automobile Museum can host any event in a variety of venues to choose from. Have an awards ceremony in the 157-seat theater or select one of several themed galleries for a business luncheon or banquet. Guests will love the 16,000 square foot Riverside Pavilion, complete with outdoor bar, heaters, and fire pits. Everything you need, including chairs, linens, staging, and AV equipment, are also available. Go to automuseum.org for details.
We're back with more What Drives Reno, presented by the National Automobile Museum in downtown Reno. And now here's your host, Phil MacDougall.
Welcome back, Reno. Your host, Phil MacDougall, and this show is called What Drives Reno, and it is made possible by the National Automobile Museum. So we have our second guest here today, and I'm very excited. We have Mark Estee. He is a chef, entrepreneur, restaurant owner of Reno Local Food Group. Welcome.
Thanks, Phil. Glad to be here.
But most importantly to me, he is a brother in our Patriots, what do we call that?
The Patriots family.
Yeah, Patriots family.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I'm still in mourning over that Super Bowl loss.
You know, I was surprised we were there, and I was glad. I had expectation we would win, but we're in a great spot right now. We're in a great spot right now.
Look what he did the first year. But
honestly.
I have a lot of people back here that I go, oh, and they go, geez, you know, you had all those wins for those years. Aren't you happy?
Yeah.
Not a lot of Pats fans like I thought they would be here, but still.
The ones who know it, the ones we stuck through the good and the bad. You know, mostly good.
Well, I'm excited because everyone in town has said, hey, you must know Mark.
Yeah.
Because I'm from Boston originally. Yeah. You're from back east in Boston originally as well. And everyone kept telling me, you must know Mark. You must. I don't know if you got that, but I got that a lot. And I said, no, I haven't. So someone, a mutual friend, Katrina, introduced us. And I go, I'm just going to send him a text. She gave me the number. I said, hey, the Patriots are going to be playing in the playoffs. Yeah. And I go, I'm going to do something, watch the game, and you can, I'm in.
Let's go. Yeah.
You said I'm going to get some chowder.
Yeah. Chowder, Quahogs.
Yeah.
Right. We just have some Fenway. You said Fenway Franks, so we got some Fenway Franks in there.
And it was a good time. And
that was a great turnout.
There was a lot of people here from that I never met before.
Yeah.
From New England.
Same.
So we'll do that again.
Absolutely.
Right? So today's show, though, Mark, this is all about you.
Okay.
So we always start off the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you in your life. No, I'm
okay.
No, see, he was ready.
There's a long list. There's a long list.
He was ready to do that. We start off with, what was your first car?
All right, my first car was a 1978 Pontiac Grand Le Mans.
Wow.
Two-door, a little rusted, white roof, baby blue, white roof, had the cool wheels, got about 6 miles to the gallon.
Bench seats? Back east car?
Yep.
Back east?
Yeah, back east.
You know how I know? Because you said what? Rusted.
Rusted, yes. Rusted. That would have been, I got my license in 1987. So I had my license in 1987. So that's how old it was. So the car was old. We came up with a real modest family. So I had some friends who had really fancy cars, and I really wanted a fancy car, but I ended up with that. I think we bought it for my dad and I bought it for $800.
I could literally, I've said this before, I could see the ground driving.
Yeah,
I could see it. Yeah. I mean, because it was so rusted back then, but I didn't care. I got a chance to go somewhere. I don't know if you can relate to this, but back there, it could be, what was the big blizzard?
78.
Yep. it was a big blizzard of 78. And I remember me and my friends, we just got in the car.
Yeah.
And we literally went up 128 in the blizzard.
Yeah.
It didn't matter to us to go see a movie. The movie was closed. We came back. And if it rains just a little bit, people get a little nervous. Back there, it doesn't matter if it's a hurricane.
Yes.
You just get on the road.
Right. You just go. You just kind of go. I mean, geez, the things we used to do when you're young. But I'll tell you, one embarrassing story that I have about when I first, I worked all in high school, and I was, little did I know I was going to end up becoming a chef and moving out west. But my first car was I wanted a Mustang GT. This would have been probably, maybe 2 years later. So let's call it 1989. And my dad's like, no GT, you can get a regular Mustang, but I had to save my money. So we went to buy it. We're negotiating. Obviously, the GT is more expensive. I didn't have money. I get the white Mustang, but I was really proud of it. I earned it. I worked real hard, and we bought it. Had to get a credit and put it on my stuff. Anyways, I go to the DMV, go to the Mass DMV, and I get my license plate, and it says 301 PMS.
Oh.
And I look at the lady. I go, lady, no, I'm not taking that. She goes, that's the number. You take the number. Get out of my face. I don't have to go to the cops. So I put the stupid license plate in my car. Didn't really think that much of it, but for the next couple of years, I would be driving down the highway with my friends, and we'd have a pile of girls pull up next to us. Beep 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 beep. Like, oh, maybe they think we're cute. They're like, nice license plate, loser.
What was it? What was it again?
301 PMS.
You always remember that.
You always. I'll never forget that.
Remember the license plate number when they were in high school, but I remember
that one. So that was real fun.
So walk me through. You're from back east.
Yeah.
Give me the 30,000 foot level.
30,000.
What's your background? How did you get here?
I was born in Somerville, grew up in Billerica, went to Arlington Catholic High School, graduated in 1988. I played football in high school, ended up going to UMass Amherst, playing for a year, moved back to UMass Lowell. I was kind of a lost wayward kid. I had like a million jobs. I worked at Victoria's Secrets, UPS. I worked at different restaurants, and that's when I really found out, man, this restaurant thing's kind of fun. But I continued through college just kind of screwing around. And then one day I came home after I broke my compound fracture of my finger, came home, and my dad's like, what are you doing? I said, I quit college. I'm going to go to culinary school. And he's like, well, go get a job. He wasn't very happy. So go get a job. I got a job at Pizzeria Uno in the Burlington Mall.
I know all those places
Started making salads there. Got moved into the kitchen. And for once, I didn't quit the job after 2 weeks. I really loved it. My family's like, man, maybe you found something you like. I'm like, no, I love this. So I enrolled in Johnson & Wales in Providence, Rhode Island. Graduated there top of the class in 1993. Worked for a couple cool spots. Moved back to work for the Hyatt in Cambridge. Spent 3 years Hyatt in Cambridge. Then I got transferred out to the Hyatt in Lake Tahoe. That's why I moved out here in January of 1996. Wow. January 8th of 1996.
In all those roles, you were what?
I started as a cook. And worked my way up to sous chef. And then when I came out to the Hyatt, I was a chef of the Lone Eagle, which has since been flattened. And then I was exec sous chef for the property. I left and went to San Francisco. I came back to open up La Haunton Golf Club. That was 1999 in Truckee. Still there. It's a great golf club. So 1999 Truckee. 2002 opened up Moody's Bistro and Lounge, which is still in Truckee. So I was a co-owner there with JJ. We opened up Burger Me. I left there, came to Reno in 2000. This would have been 2002. No, Moody's was 2002 to 2012.
You did all that up till 2002. That's a lot.
No, Moody's was 2002 to 2011. Then Burger Me, then Campo in 2011 came to Reno, and then we started on a pretty good roll. We kept going.
How'd you find Reno? How did that get on your radar?
I was always looking to. At one point, Moody's wasn't working out for JJ and I to be there together, so I found a few friends said, "Hey, really, Reno could use a restaurant like this." And Roy Farrow was kind of a good advisor of mine, and we found a spot down there and just fell in love with it, and opened up on the river. People thought we were crazy. That's during the recession time. When I was raising a little bit of money in 2010, recession was huge, and Reno was getting crushed. But we opened that bad boy up, and we won a few awards, and off to the races, if you will. And then we opened up Reno Provisions, Chez Louis. I mean, I've had so many gosh darn restaurants, it's crazy. But really, when it started to hit for me well was once I partnered up with Tommy and Nick and Tanya McCaffrey. So that's Local Food Group. Tommy Lynette, Director of Culinary Operations. Nick, Director of Operations, Nick Meyer. Tanya McCaffrey, Harvey's our CFO, and I'm the CEO. And right now we have about 8 restaurants in our group that are kicking ass. We're having a lot of fun. We got a great team. We have 322 employees and about 25 million in revenue. So we're working real hard, keeping our powder dry, working on all the things we have going on, and we're looking some fun things next summer. Balance now is the key. When I was coming up 30 years ago, you read all this stuff right now. There's a lot of stuff in the paper about abusive chefs and abusive kitchen, abusive restaurants, and some of that stuff was the reality of how it was. It doesn't have to be that way. Mental health is key. We have a lot of people in our kitchen that are sober, a lot of people in our restaurant group that are sober. We have days off and PTO, and we encourage vacations. And it used to be, look how tough I am. I work 20 days in a row, 16 hours a day. I mean, I've done that.
It doesn't last.
You don't need to do it anymore.
It's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable.
No, it's not. It's not sustainable. It's not healthy for so many different reasons.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I love Reno. I loved how the fact that, when I met you, Katrina's like, oh, wait till you meet this guy. You're going to love him. And within 5 minutes, we were like old friends.
Yeah. But that's part of the...
That's an East Coast thing. But it's a Reno thing, too. I really think it is.
I really do.
Everyone works together. We all play in the sandbox well. Like, even competitors. I spend half my time talking about all the other people in the restaurant business that I work with. I love them. I want them to be successful. All the boats rise on the same tide. And some people don't think that way. Those people usually end up not doing that well.
But I'm just curious. I asked a lot of people this at the end, but I want to just jump in here in the middle. If you could go back in time, since all those different things and parts of your life you did, what would you tell a younger you?
I probably would have told the younger me to slow down, smell the roses, make good business decisions, surround yourself with people. Like, I used to just love cooking and cooking only, right? But you got to learn the business. The numbers don't lie. The numbers don't take a day off. And sometimes people will tell you, hey, you should do this and you should do that. And then you end up following different directions and different advices that aren't that well. So, I don't think I'd change too much because, the things that I've been through made me what I am today and made me grateful for the things we have today. And I've learned a lot. But probably I would say, hey, stop, smell the roses, take a step back before you jump into a few things. That might have helped me possibly not have to go through all the things that we went through. So
if you didn't go this route, if you had gone a different direction, is there another second up there you would have seen your
100%. The day I graduated culinary school, I got accepted into the fire academy at Billerica, Massachusetts. I applied, took the civil service exam. That's how I don't know if they do it nowadays, but I applied for that. It took 2 years. I got accepted. Literally the day I graduated culinary school, I could have went into the fire academy and not pursued the culinary degree. And it was during that time I'd always known I wanted to have I was into chicken wings. I used to make buffalo wings way back in the day. When I was like 12 years old, I was making buffalo wings. And I had this idea, my buddy Feems and I were going to make this restaurant called The Flying Chicken, which could have been Buffalo Wild Wings before it was Buffalo Wild Wings, right? But I chose to go the other route. But I have a lot of friends who are firemen. I have a lot of friends who are police officers, and that's such a noble profession and what they do and what they go through and how they protect everybody and the stuff they have to do and give up and sacrifice. So I always thought firefighter would be another job, or third, maybe close second. Sometimes I say Marine Sergeant, because sometimes being that
you
kind of
too much.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that I could have cut that. I don't think I could have ever had that.
You could have been that forceful guy, and then 2 seconds later, you would have just done a big smile.
I might have been Pyle. I might have been Pyle from
Gomer Pyle.
Yeah, from Gomer Pyle. From Full Metal Jacket. I might end up like him.
Oh, that one.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Right? Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio. I might end up being like him. So, anyways, those things there are pretty interesting. But really, starting as a dishwasher and a cook, and then end up as a business person. I have an associates of operational skills from culinary, and nowadays, trying to learn all these things that are out there, and whether it's Excel and ChatGPT and Claude and all the different things and tools you have to use out there. But that's why I have really smart people that I work with. My partners are really adept at that kind of thing, so I can focus on the things that I do good. I think one of the wisest pieces of advice that I kind of held on to is surround yourself with the greatest possible people you can, especially in the places where you're weak, and let them do their thing.
Yeah.
I think that's
it's hard for a lot of people. It's hard. I mean, but you, when you were younger, I know when I was younger, I didn't have that appreciation. It was my way. No one's going to do it as good as I'm going to do it. Or they're not going to do as good. They're not as I don't know, determined or diligent as I would be. But no, I should have been focusing on other things and let them do what they do best.
Yeah, and having partners
is 62 years to figure that out.
Having business partners, just like having a life partner like my wife, like using those kind of skill sets to kind of manage the things that I'm good at, not good at, recognizing it, calling it out, asking for help when needed. I mean, I think those things are growth models that I didn't really have 20 years ago. So, those are things now that I use that help me keep that smile going and really enjoy life.
The smile's most of it.
Right.
So we have a few more minutes left. Let me just run by a couple quick things with you. So if you have someone coming up here, you mentioned you had some mentors. You mentioned a couple of names, good partners. Is there one particular piece of advice you give somebody that is considering going into your field?
Yeah, I tell people just find a restaurant that you might feel like you like the food or impressed by the chef or the service or the location or something that's convenient for you. And just go in and work. Like go in and say, hey, can I come in and work? It's called a stage. You just go in for a day, a couple hours. Usually you can just find out, is this the business I want to get into? Is this something where I want to be? And then, then you go, if you decide you wanted to do it, maybe ask for a job, try to find a job in the business. And then going to culinary school is a big help. It gives you a good baseline. There's a lot of great schools out there, but you can also learn about it by being in a kitchen that's a great teaching kitchen and people are helping you. And, this business has gone from something like when I told everybody I was quitting college to go to culinary school, they all thought I was crazy. And now, this profession is a well-respected profession. There's so many different arms in there. There was no influencers back in the day. There was no private chefs back in the day.
You had a passion for it.
I knew what I wanted to do.
A lot of people give up their passion to do something they feel like, well, my father did it, my grandfather did it. There's some stock to that but to me, if you're not passionate about it, you're going to change your career 30 times and go through life and go, man, I really didn't do what I wanted to do.
I mean, I got kids right now, my kids are looking at college and school and trying to find what they want to do. Some people get into the trades. Like the idea of just getting a bachelor's degree and wailing away for nothing is, in my mind, a waste. I love Nevada because we have a lot of great businesses that really all you need to do is get into a trade school. You can go out there and you can make $120K a year, have a great life, have weekends off, get benefits, raise a family. I think there's some really cool things out there that are different than when I was coming up, which was, you don't have your bachelor's degree? You have to go to a 4-year school.
No, to me,
not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
And if you did, UNR's right here. UNR, I call it Harvard on the Hill. Yeah. I love that school. I love President Sandoval. I love the football and basketball team.
I have a quick question. Yeah. So for me, I'm not a professional chef by any means, but my favorite thing to do is when I get home, either pop open a beer or a glass of wine and take 2 hours to make dinner.
I love it.
Now, with that said, what's the difference? Obviously, you're under time constraints when you're doing it professionally rather than at home, right? Yeah. So what would you say if someone loves cooking at home and they say, I really want to do this? What do you suggest to them?
I mean, I think restaurants are, you can make restaurant quality food at home for sure and enjoy it at home. So part of the restaurant lore in my mind is the hospitality part of it. So it's from when you walk in the door, how you feel when you walk in the door, whether it's the bar, the wine, the server, the hostess, the decor, the lights, the little different small touches that you see, right? The bathroom, what the place smells like, what the vibe feels like, what the staff looks like, and then of course the menu and how it makes you feel. Yeah. I think that's part of the restaurant part. Is not the food is really, really, really important, but we try to deliver on the whole exact experience. Yeah. So if you're a great home cook, I'll tell you, the best thing to do is get together with some guys and try to have like a little throwdown, or come reach out to me. I'll put you in the restaurant for one day, and you'll probably go home and say, Jesus,
I'm not doing that again.
I ain't doing that. It's hard work, but it's fun work. So it's great that we all care about where our food comes from. It used to only be you have to go to San Francisco, Los Angeles, Chicago. I mean, not even Boston. I left Boston because Boston wasn't a good food city. Boston's a phenomenal food city now. Yeah. Everywhere's a great food city because of Food Network, Guy Fieri, Amar Lagasse, all these cool people have done a lot to promote the business. I'll tell you, a lot of chefs who were born and raised and done some great things in the big cities, they've all go home. Minneapolis, a lot of places right now that have phenomenal restaurant scenes are because some of these chefs were trained in big cities and came home to rest. Yeah. And they made the food, and people care about where their food comes from. We say that all the time. Do you know where your food comes from? Do you care where your food comes from? I know that when I opened Campo back in 2011, there was probably only 1 or 2 restaurants who even really paid attention to that. My friends on 4th Street, 4th Street Bistro, of course, Carol and Natalie, they were kind of the shining stars down here. When I came down, we started asking the same thing, and we started buying so much local products it made people's heads spin. Yeah. And we still do. We still try to do as much.
That's
as we
important.
Can.
That is so important. It tastes different and it tastes better.
Yep.
It just tastes better.
That's great. Tastes better, better for the environment. Seasonality always tastes better. Keeping the dollars here locally, not transporting things, and I think that's really the way to go. Ask, do you know where your food comes from, and spend your dollars where you know where it comes from.
Thank you, Mark. Give us a plug. Where do you want people to go to learn more about you or your business?
You can go to renolfg.com. They'll tell you all about our business, or at chefmarkestee.com. They'll tell you all the stuff we're doing. Join our loyalty programs. That's a plug I have for you right now. Like, if you're not in the loyalty program, all 7 restaurants, we have the most robust loyalty program, rivaling Starbucks in my book. It's really awesome. You can join that by going to any of the restaurants. I want to thank all our customers out there who listen. I want to thank all our employees out there. And, it's a great time to be here in Reno, and we ask that you continue to support your local businesses and come on down to the National Automobile Museum and check out how cool that place is. Phil's done some wonders down there.
I appreciate it. And we're going to do some more projects.
Heck yeah,
together.
We are.
We got to keep the...
When's the next Chowder Fest? Masshole Fest.
Got to say Chowder.
Chowder.
All right, Mark, thank you very much for doing this. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back with our last guest.
We'll be back with more What Drives Reno on 1060 AM KFOY, Radio for America.
Looking for a venue for your next event? The National Automobile Museum can host any event in a variety of venues to choose from. Have an awards ceremony in the 157-seat theater, or select one of several themed galleries for a business luncheon or banquet. Guests will love the 16,000 square foot Riverside Pavilion, complete with outdoor bar, heaters, and fire pits. Everything you need, including chairs, linens, staging, and AV equipment, are also available. Go to automuseum.org for details.
I'm having my birthday at the National Automobile Museum. They have this cool birthday zone with Mater and Lightning McQueen, and their brand new Children's Activity Center has fun games like Junior Engineering Studio, Lego Building, an interactive car wash, and a lot more too. They even have a theater where we can watch a movie or play Mario Kart. I even get my own birthday t-shirt.
Book your child's ultimate birthday party today at the National Automobile Museum. Visit automuseum.org/events.
We're back with more What Drives Reno, presented by the National Automobile Museum in downtown Reno. And now here's your host, Phil MacDougall.
Welcome back, Reno. This is your host, Phil MacDougall. You're on What Drives Reno, made possible by the National Automobile Museum. So, Terry, before we get into our next guest, we had some pretty good ones, huh?
It's been fantastic.
Mark and the air balloons, and all that stuff. No, the great
Reno balloon race. Yeah, that's what it is. No, it's been a fantastic day, and it's going to get better.
It's going to get better. So we have Casey O'Neill. And Casey, thank you very much for coming on the show, because I don't even know how to describe you, because you do so much for the community. You're in so many different things. So first of all, Casey, thank you for coming to the show.
You're welcome.
And then also, we're going to start off the show before we get into some of the details. Do you have a first car you remember, and is there a story behind it that you can share with us?
Yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed to talk about it, but sure.
Sure. It's just how many people? What are we up to?
We're at China just woke up, so 1.5 billion.
Yeah.
Yes, but you know what's funny? Just real quick, Casey, is that I was talking to a friend the other day, and she knows that she's listening right now. And I said, no. I said, we're between 1 and 1.5 billion.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So I
Good
go,
point.
and
accuracy is important.
Yeah. So I go, there could be one listening.
When you're making up numbers, accuracy is important.
Accuracy is important. Okay, Casey.
Okay, so I have to tell you a little first story that goes towards how I ended up with the car that I did. I was in high school, and of course, my girlfriends and I got caught joyriding. Oh. And, when our parents came to pick us up, there was a deal made between the parents that none of us girls were going to get our driver's licenses till we were 18.
Oh, no.
Well, of course, my parents were the only ones who stuck with that decision. Everyone else ended up getting theirs. So then I was going off to college, and my dad said, well, I'm not buying you a car because you don't really need a car on campus. So I didn't get a car. So then and I didn't have a driver's license.
Oh.
So I went through college without one, always carrying around my passport, which of course was so lame. But okay, hey. And then I graduated, and my dad loaned me, because it was truly a loan, a little Honda Civic. And I think I had it for all of 3 or 4 weeks. And then he took it back because my sister needed a car. And she lived at home, so I didn't get one. So
so far, this doesn't sound very fair to me.
No, it's not, but that's how it went. And then fast forward, I am now living with my boyfriend. And Chuck O'Neill, who I ended up marrying. And he taught me how to drive, and I got my driver's license. And then he said, you need a car. And so there was a couple of loaners, but then we ended up buying one. And it was an old black 4-door sedan XJ6.
Oh, wow.
Jaguar.
Yeah.
Which kept braking at every chance it
Sounds
got.
about right.
And this is pre-cell phone. So, like, here's me on the side of every road, broken down. I think the AAA guy was sick of me after a while. And I would take it, this big sedan, I would take it to the same little old guy in Orange County who would work on my car for me. And finally, I think after the fourth or fifth time, he said, that's it. I'm not going to work on your car anymore. I said, why not? And he goes, it's not that you don't pay me. It's the same problems over and over and over again. So I said, okay, what do I do? And he goes, you're going to sit here and you're going to learn how to work on it. And I said, oh, no, no interest.
He goes, a family member or friend or just
no, just some rando British Motors.
I think your
fix
parents
it.
must have something to do with this.
Yeah,
too.
right. Well, no, a British Motors like little shop. They worked on 2 or 3 cars at a time, and anytime we didn't get my car done in time, he'd hand me the keys to his car or one of his cars, and he had a bunch of them out front, and they were all long nose. Jaguars, and that's how I knew. That's all that I called them.
Yeah.
I didn't know what they were. So I always said, well, one day when I have enough money, I'm going to have one of these. And sure enough, now we fast forward, and I have one.
You have one.
I do.
Right. Wait longer. I tell you, you're of all the guests we've had on since August. The longest time before you got your own car.
I know. Most people are like, when I was 15, that wouldn't have been me.
But your parents stuck to it. I would have stuck to it. I would have stuck to it too. But then when you finally got your car, the worst part was you had it for 3 weeks and they gave it to your sister.
Took it back.
That does not sound fair to me at all.
But that's a whole different story.
But that's another episode. We'll come back for that one.
Okay.
But that's not the first time I've heard that. I have met almost, I'd say half the people have said they had it and their parents gave it to one of the siblings.
Exactly.
Or they had it for a very short period of time. They didn't like something they did, so they grounded him, took the car away for a long, long period of time.
Yeah, well.
Actually, that was my story.
I picked Chuck, so that really was the reason.
Yes,
but, hey.
Yes, it works out.
They weren't a fan of the man I was going to marry, so there you go.
That's
really how it all went down.
You didn't let that part in. You just went from the no car till 18, but married to him all these years later.
36 years in June.
Well, you know my wife, Sherry.
Yeah.
Her mother, I'm kind of sharing this like nobody else hears this, but
it's just between us.
Her mother would only refer to me as the boy.
Oh. Well.
Almost to the day she died. She had a stroke, and the last few years of her life, she thought I was the brother-in-law that she liked, and she thought reversed. So she wouldn't talk to him after the stroke, and she liked me for about a year or so because she thought I was the other one. But I was only referred to as the boy for like 20-some years.
Wow.
The boy is here, and I never did anything. Just for some reason, don't know what it was.
Just something about you.
I took her daughter away.
All my mom said when she saw Chuck was, at least he's tall.
Oh, great.
That was it. I was like,
are tough. They just worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway.
So we have a whole new episode. We're going to dig into that next time you're back. Promise?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
All right.
Sure.
So tell me a little bit about it. I know you got the Bridge Equity as your company.
Sure.
You're on Pet Network. You do so many different things. You have another business. One of the first times I met you was a little thing about dinosaurs. So I don't know if you want to touch base on that. So this is your hour. This
okay.
You tell us, what about you? Do you want the world to know or share?
Well, let's see. Like I said, I've been married 36 years. I have 2 kids. I have a daughter who's seriously into animals, which is why I end up in the animal world. And we have a son with special needs. So then we have a bunch of things that we're involved with special
I met
needs.
Him. Nice boy.
Thank you.
I met your daughter too. That's right.
Yeah. And so those are kind of the 2 things we are mostly involved in. But me in particular, when our son got diagnosed, and he was probably 2 or 3, and he's 30 now. When he got diagnosed, my whole world changed. I mean, previous to that, I was probably geared towards going into the clothing industry. I was thinking about becoming a designer, that kind of world.
See, you learn something new about somebody every time.
I mean, I did end up getting a master's in nonprofit business, which has nothing to do with any of this, and also a master's in cultural anthropology. But it was just a bunch of different things. So I kind of went towards things that I liked, and so that's what happened. But then son got diagnosed, and so I kind of did a deep dive, as most parents with children with special needs do, and I deep dived into that whole world of every kind of therapy and medication and doctors around the world. And I'm happy to report today he reads, writes, walks, and talks. He is a pleasure to be around. And I need to launch.
Cars.
And he likes cars.
I know he likes automobiles.
He does like cars.
He likes to walk around. He enjoys them.
Yes, he does. So he likes cars. And so that's what I did for many, many years. And then after getting my business degree in nonprofit business, I decided, we had done well with different businesses. My husband had worked on businesses while I'd been handling the kids. And so I ended up in a lot of boards. So I've been on the board of the National Art Museum for the Boy Scouts of America. I've been on the board for Now Pet Network. I've been on the board for a couple of equestrian leagues. One is the biggest equestrian league in Los Angeles County with something like 800 girls that ride. And so I did different things. And so now, currently, I am working on a book about being a mother with a child with special needs. There are a bunch of short stories. So not one of those read from A to Z, but, short stories. Some are fun, some are not so fun, some are sad,
But they're real.
They're real.
They're
yes,
real.
Yes.
People can relate to that.
So that's what I'm working on. And I sit on the board for the Pet Network, which is a animal shelter and veterinary clinic.
Great organization.
Community clinic up in Klein. And love doing that. I'm with a great group of people, and we're just killing it when it comes to fundraising and also adopting out animals. We are having record numbers of adoptions in the last 1 year's time.
Yeah, Cindy's great up there.
She's amazing. We have an amazing executive director, and she knows what to do and how to do it. And we have a great group of people that know how to work it.
And we partner with them. I think we're doing it again this year. I think last year we did 2 adoptions at the museum.
Oh, yeah,
I think
that's
there's another one on the calendar for this year. So if you haven't got your pet, please make sure you consider doing it because they cover the registration fees.
Yes.
They did the last 2 times.
Yeah,
I think
so
this
we
one
have
as
a
well.
lot of very generous donors who will take over an entire month, for example, and pay for the entire adoption fee, but also give you like $600 or $700 gift certificate towards veterinary services, and then also all of that.
That's amazing. I didn't realize they do all that.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no excuse. If you don't have a pet, you need one. This is the best place
absolutely.
to do it and go.
Yes. And you can always check our website because constantly updated with the newest animals and who's up for adoption. And I mean, we had 3 or 4 cats the other day that were up for adoption, and there must have been 14 people in line. No joke.
No, that's great.
So, it is happening up there. We have some beautiful animals right now. So, yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about Bridge Equity.
Oh, sure. Well, let's see. We started that back when we had not a dime to our name, and my husband decided to start a business with his best friend, and we located cell sites for the mobile phone industry. And this is when mobile phones just were coming out.
What do you mean you located? You found them? And
we locate where the cell sites go. So those big towers. Yeah. So
the best spot for like line of sight. This just you find the best.
Yes, the company would do that.
See, what a niche.
That's a great.
It was a great niche, and so we had a lot of different contracts with different phone companies at the time because they didn't have like the staff to really run out there and go do that. And these are the kind of people anywhere from geologists to urban planners and community planners and also private property owners, and reaching out to them and saying, can we put a cell site on your property? So we would negotiate that kind of contract for the phone companies. And that's just kind of how we started everything. So by 30-31, we were like, oh my gosh, we have over 100 employees, and we were like doing well.
Great.
So that's kind of how things kind of kicked off for us. And
is that still the core of the business? Or
no. We got out of that business probably about 15, 18 years ago.
All the sites are gone.
I want one. I want one on top of the museum right now, right in the downtown of Reno.
Oh yeah.
I'm calling everybody. Say, here's 105,000 square foot building.
Yeah, because you get paid rent.
Tell me where I can put it.
Well, you get paid rent.
I'd be happy if they just gave me a couple of free phones for the museum.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But we stepped away from that, and my husband decided to diversify into different kinds of companies, and so they invested in. All kinds of things. Like one of the companies currently is doing engineering. So we do mechanical engineering. It started out as a small mechanical engineering company, and now we've kind of expanded to where we're a little over 4,000 employees. So we're not small. We started out with like 18 employees. So there you go. So they just kept growing and buying. And we're not the active partners. We have partners that are doing most of the work and have been amazing for us, and we are very fortunate.
You did what a business is supposed to do. You start and you grow.
Correct.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do.
My husband actually runs for us a company called Allied Argenta, and this company builds affordable housing. And so this is built for, people who have a certain income level. And so there's affordable housing all over Reno.
So you guys support everywhere or mostly Reno, California?
We have a few projects in the state of Nevada. One project is just kicked off in California. It's huge. But we have done a lot of work in the Midwest, mostly Indiana, Kentucky, and those kind of areas. And, like Florida. I could go on. There's like 15 states.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If you ask people, I just did something at the museum, and we're talking to some political leaders, and one of the number one things was affordability and housing specifically.
It's like the big buzzword everywhere, across the country, but it's true. We need affordable housing everywhere, and especially areas like this where the population growth has boomed in the last 5-8 years, and there's not enough good housing for our people. And so, in the long run, this is what needs to get done. But a lot of people go, they don't want it in their backyard because they think it's going to be ugly or it's going to bring a bad element to their community, which is not true.
It's not the case, no.
It's not the case. Teachers, firemen, policemen, these are people who need...
Define, because sorry to interrupt you, but there's a perception that you're talking about people don't have jobs.
Correct.
No, you just listed it. There's people that... What's the term you use? Not low income.
Affordable
housing. Affordable housing, it's all those people.
Yeah.
Because most people I know need two people to work. They have the children in daycare, and they're just going paycheck to paycheck. They don't have
and those
that
are our
discretion.
teachers.
Those are teachers.
Those are people.
Those are first responders. Those are people who don't have the ability to do it.
Absolutely.
People have a certain perception that is just not right.
Correct.
And the governor was in doing a thing at the museum about a month ago, and he had shared that the biggest challenge we have is just no land. Not to mention where we have here, but part of it is the land. Part of it is all the other things that fall into it.
Yeah. And then that's, I don't know about what we do and do not have. You look around and you think there's plenty of land, but you don't know how much of that is open space.
Some of it's public and it's not available to be used.
Not specifically affordable housing. I'm just talking about growth.
The middle class is shrinking for sure.
Sure
and so a lot of the people that would normally not need affordable housing, guess what? Starting to need affordable housing.
So it's sad, but it's true that's the kind of situation. So anyway, so that's one of the other businesses. We have some small interests in different kind of businesses. We've done some renovations on very old properties, and so that's been something that we have gotten into. And so that's kind of
a lot.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot. That's kind of a lot.
4,000 employees in one. But I love when I hear stories like you said at the beginning. You had the guy who did your work in your car said, "No, you're gonna have to learn yourself."
Yeah.
And then you guys just started with nothing basically and created this. That's like the Cinderella story. That's the American dream to do all that stuff.
And we've been fortunate.
And you're paying it forward.
Exactly.
It's a big part of it. So in the time we have left, what's the most important thing? What would you like people to know about you or your business? Organization, this is your moment. You can either do a solo act, sing a song, go out on a high note, or is there a nonprofit that you want to give a little love to? You tell me. This is your time to shine.
Going back to Pet Network, obviously, Pet Network has been amazing for all of us. My daughter also works there as an ACA, an animal care attendant, and she has really grown, and that place has really, really grown in the last 5 years. And so to put a plug in for them, for the National Automobile Museum, we have been, it's been an amazing organization to be involved with. And if you're not, go check it out because it is a lot of fun in there. And Phil here is an amazing person. And you might even get to see, you may even get to see some of my dinosaurs. So that's the other thing.
Yes,
I sold my business, but there are some dinosaurs that are sitting around over at the museum. Bring your kids to see them. They're robotic. And those used to be part of one of the businesses we used to be part of. So anyway,
Well, Casey, thank you very much. I want to have you back on because I could take any one of those things you just shared and we could do 30 minutes on it ourselves.
Okay.
I mean, thank you very much for everything you do. Thank you for your community involvement. Thanks, Casey.
You're welcome.
Terry, I love it. Great guest.
Great guest today. It was great.
They did all the work, made us look good, made me look good. But they're so friendly and so down to earth. And
you just have to turn the key, wind them up, and they go.
And I love it. Half the things that Melissa and Pete were saying, I'm going, man, you just make that up. No, he's just a natural. I mean, he's so passionate about the great Reno balloon race.
Lots of greats.
Yeah, and then we had Mark Estee. I mean, I learned something new. I've known him, but I mean, look at the career path. Look at all the things he's done. And guarantee, there's a lot of hardship going into that.
Oh, yeah.
But he's turning it around, and he literally is the real deal. When you meet him, he is always smiling, always nice.
Nice guy. Great guy.
Nice. Same as Pete and Melissa.
Yeah.
And then Casey, I mean, she's just a gem. She is one of the nicest.
Her story's amazing, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could do another hour show on that. But what I love when you see people who say, this is what I started, and you turned it into, I think she said one of them was like 4,000 people. That success story affected 4,000 plus their family members, so it's 8,000. But don't you love stories like that?
I do. 100%.
Entrepreneurs there. So I love it. I'm going to just pause real quickly and talk about the museum for a couple of minutes, because I forgot to say the show, again, was made possible for the National Automobile Museum. But in the last 15 seconds or so, I want to remind everybody, our Summit Concert Series, it will sell out. I can say already we're probably halfway sold out for them, and the first concert isn't even until June 20th, and that's going to be the Eagles Tribute Concert. July 11th, the Jimmy Buffett Tribute. On August 29th, the Beatles Tribute, and then on September 19th, CCNR, the Creedence Clearwater Tribute Band. You're going to know every single song. You're going to dance to every one of them. You're going to sing the words. It's going to take you back in time. It's all taking place at the National Automobile Museum. So go to www.automuseum.org for more information. And until next week. I got to come up with something catchy to say at the end. I always go, see you next week.
How about we wish you green lights?
I like that.
How's that?
Wish you green lights. And then he doesn't know this yet, but I'm going to have a 301 PMS license plate.
I love
made
it. Let's
for
do
Mark.
it. Let's do it.
All right. Take care, everybody.
You've been listening to What Drives Reno, presented by the National Automobile Museum in downtown Reno. For more information about the museum, head on over to our website, automuseum.org. We'll be back next Saturday at 11 a.m. with What Drives Reno on 1060 a.m. KFOY.